Hey, boys and girls. Welcome to Central Kids Storytime Online. We have another exciting story for you this week. Are you ready?
Good morning, boys and girls. Whilst in lockdown, I was looking through all these recipes for the perfect rusk recipe, and I found it. So I made a batch of rusks. Whilst I was going through all these recipes, I noticed two things. The first thing I noticed was that all the recipes call for at least 1 or 2 cups of sugar. Well, that makes sense because we want our rusks to be sweet. The other thing I noticed is that they also called for a pinch of salt. Well, did you know that salt makes sweet things taste sweeter and by reducing the bitterness? And you just add a little bit of salt because you don't want your batch of rusks to be salty. Well, I'm sure you are wondering, why is Auntie Sharon talking about baking and salt and recipes and rusks at Central Kids Storytime? And what does that have to do with the Bible? Well, in Mark 9 verse 50, it tells us that salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, how can you make it salty again? Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with each other. This Bible verse tells us that you and I need to be salt in the world, and if you and I are not salt, then we are not doing good. We are missing an essential ingredient. Just like the recipe says, a pinch of salt must go into the rusks, and if it's not there, you will miss it. It's a key ingredient in baking. There's a lot of bitterness and hatred in this world, and we must show the love of Jesus to one another. I'm sure being in lockdown, you're starting to get on each other's nerves. Well, I challenge you to be extra kind to one another. Maybe make a very nice cup of coffee. Or don't argue when your mom says it's time to do some schoolwork. Or what about raking up some of the leaves, as we know the season is changing? By doing these kind gestures, by showing the love of Jesus, you and I are being salt. We are reducing the bitterness in this world, and we are living in peace with one another. Thank you. For your craft, you will need a tablespoon, a fork, a teaspoon, a 400 milliliter microwavable mug, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of semi-skimmed milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 4 tablespoons of flour with an 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder, our pinch of salt, and 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips. We are going to put our oil in our mug, together with our cocoa powder and our milk and our vanilla. And we're going to give that a mix with our fork. Then we are going to add in our sugar, our flour, and our baking powder. And don't forget our pinch of salt. And give that a mix until nicely combined. Now we are going to add in half of our chocolate chips and give that a little mix. We are now going to cook it for 1 minute and 15 seconds at 1000 watts in our microwave. Now that it's cooked, we can put the remaining chocolate chips on top and let them melt. Time for the taste test. Ooh, yummy. Enjoy!
Father Abraham had many sons had
one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, left arm, right foot. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, left arm, right foot, left foot. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, right foot, chin up, chin down. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, right foot, chin up, chin down. Turn around. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, right foot, chin up, chin down. Turn around, sit down.
Thank you for joining us at Central Kids Storytime Online. See you next week. Bye bye.